Okay, we're going to dive into something really fascinating today. We're unpacking a single verse from the book of Revelation, and what's wild is that it holds two totally opposite realities happening at the exact same time. It's this incredible tale of victory and also a serious warning all packed into just a few words. And here it is, Revelation 12:12. I mean, you can feel that shift almost immediately, right? It starts with this huge command to rejoice, a party in the heavens, but then, bam, it just pivots on a dime to this declaration of woe for everyone on earth. You've got joy and doom literally side by side in the same breath. So that's the big question, isn't it? That's the puzzle we're going to solve here. Joy and woe, celebration and absolute fear. How can one single event create two completely opposite realities? What could possibly happen that makes heaven erupt in praise while at the very same moment puts earth on high alert? That's the paradox we're digging into. All right, to really get to the bottom of this, we've got to go back to the source code, so to speak. We're going to look at the original Greek words used in the text. By breaking down these key building blocks, we can see exactly what the writer was getting at and, more importantly, how these two realities actually connect. Okay, first up, we've got the word for rejoice, youth phreneste. Now, the grammar here is absolutely key. This isn't just, a suggestion like, hey, maybe you should be happy. It's what's called a present imperative. That means it's a direct command coming from a place of authority. It's basically saying, celebrate. Right now, this is an order. And then, right away, we get the total opposite. The word for woe is why. And this isn't a command at all. It's what's called an interjection. Think of it like an outcry. It's a sudden burst of grief, a warning of coming judgment. The tonal whiplash from celebrate to alas couldn't be more dramatic. So you gotta ask, where is all this woe coming from? Well, the text tells us it's because the devil has come down with, get this, thymon megan, or great wrath. And we're not just talking about being a little mad here. The word thymos describes this intense, passionate, almost explosive kind of fury. It's like anger just boiling over. Yeah, great wrath. Think about that. This is an active, intense, and very personal fury. The verse is clear. This wrath is pointed squarely at the people on earth and in the sea. It's the kind of rage that's born from a massive, crushing defeat. But, and this is the part that changes everything, there's a reason for his great wrath. It's because he knows he has a ligon kairon, which means a short time. Now the word here, kairos, doesn't just mean time in general. It means a specific appointed season, a limited window. So yeah, his rage is powerful for sure, but it's also temporary. It has an expiration date, and he knows it. Okay, so now we've got all the pieces of the puzzle laid out. Let's start putting them back together. What we're seeing isn't a contradiction at all. It's a dual message, a message of victory and a message of struggle, both happening at the exact same time. And you can see those two perspectives laid out right here side by side. In one column, you have heaven's truth. The war is over, victory is locked in, the accuser is cast down. But in the other column, you have earth's reality. The struggle is still very, very real. See, his defeat up there means his activity down here gets hyper-focused. It's two different realities born from the very same event. All right, let's dig into that first perspective, the view from heaven. Why is there a direct command to rejoice? What exactly is this victory they're celebrating with such total confidence? Well, the reason for all this joy is pretty simple. From heaven's point of view, the decisive battle is already won. Satan, who the Bible calls the accuser, has been thrown out. His access, his authority to stand before God and point the finger at believers, it's gone, for good. This celebration is tied directly to the finished work of Christ on the cross. It's the sound of a victory that can never, ever be reversed. But that, of course, brings us right back to the warning. If the victory is so total, then why the woe? So now, let's shift our focus to the earthly perspective to really understand the struggle that's still being felt down on the ground. And here's the critical thing to understand. Satan's defeat in heaven means all his wrath is now focused, like a laser beam, on the earthly realm. But, and you have to get this, it's the fury of a defeated enemy. It's pure desperation, not a show of ultimate power. For the early church, this wasn't just some abstract idea. They felt this wrath through intense persecution. It was a real, tangible struggle that happened right after the victory of the cross. And this timeline really helps visualize that whole short time concept. The cross? That was a decisive blow. That's what started the countdown clock. The period we're in now, that's the short time. It's an era defined by his desperate but limited wrath on earth. But look at the end of the timeline. His final doom is already sealed. It's a done deal. Okay, let's bring these two realities back together. We've got a victory and a warning. Heaven's joy and earth's struggle. So why does this matter? Why is it so important to hold both sides of this coin in your mind at the same time? Because, as it turns out, it was never a contradiction to begin with. It's all about perspective. It's a statement that where you stand determines what you see. From heaven's vantage point, the war is won. Period. From Earth's perspective, there are still battles being fought. And the crazy thing is, both of those are completely true. So, to wrap it all up, here are the key things to take away from this. First, a victory can be totally complete in one realm, the heavenly one, while the fallout is still being felt in another. Second, and this is so important, the devil's great wrath is actually the proof of his defeat, not his power. It's the lashing out of a loser. And finally, living as a believer means holding these two truths at the same time. Knowing our victory is absolutely secure, while also understanding that we still need to be vigilant. And all of this leaves us with one last really powerful question to think about. If you know with 100% certainty that the final outcome of a war has already been decided in your favor, how does that change the way you fight the battles you're facing today? How does it change your strategy, your mindset, your courage? It's a question that takes this ancient verse and drops it right into the middle of our lives right now.